Today, Guernica stands rebuilt, but it has not forgotten. The people remember and honor the tragedy, ensuring the world will not forget the lessons of that fateful day. Guernica's story reminds us of the importance of peace, resilience, and the resistance to tyranny in all its forms. Spain was torn. The Civil War pitted the Republicans, supported by leftists and communists, against the Nationalists led by General Francisco Franco. Guernica held a deep cultural significance for the Basque people, a symbol of their identity and history, but it was also strategically important close to the front lines, and a critical crossing point for those seeking refuge. Franco's nationalist forces received support from Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy. Hitler saw Spain as a testing ground for his new weaponry and strategies, a place to refine the brutality of air warfare. The Condor Legion, a Luftwaffe unit, was sent to aid Franco, and Guernica was chosen as the target. The justification? To crush the enemy's morale and cut off their retreat. But the true horrors of that day went far beyond any strategic aims. At around 4:30 p.m., the first wave of German bombers appeared on the horizon. Low and slow, the planes dropped the first bombs over the town, catching its residents off guard. Just as the townspeople tried to seek shelter, a second wave of bombers arrived, unleashing incendiary and fragmentation bombs that set fire to buildings and tore through streets. The bombs shattered homes, schools, and places of worship. Buildings crumbled, and flames engulfed the village. As people desperately sought cover, machine-gunning German planes swooped down to fire upon those fleeing. It was a merciless assault, lasting more than 3 hours. By the end, much of Guernica lay in ruins. The bombing of Guernica wasn't just a physical attack, it was psychological warfare. The devastation of this small village sent a chilling message to the world. Civilians were no longer safe, even far from the front lines. The artist Pablo Picasso captured the horror in his monumental painting, Guernica, portraying a world shattered by violence. Picasso's work would go on to become an iconic anti-war symbol, a haunting reminder of the human cost of conflict. At least 200 people were killed, with some estimates reaching over 1,000. For the people of Guernica, life would never be the same. Survivors had lost their homes, families, and friends. The world was shocked and horrified by the tragedy, and newspapers around the globe reported on the atrocity, marking it as a turning point that showcased the brutality of fascist regimes. The bombing of Guernica became one of the first international symbols of the horrors of war, particularly the terrifying potential of air power. As Spain's civil war continued, Guernica's tragedy stood as a warning, a cry for peace in a world on the brink of global conflict. Today, Guernica stands rebuilt, but it has not forgotten. The people remember and honor the tragedy, ensuring the world will not forget the lessons of that fateful day. Guernica's story reminds us of the importance of peace, resilience, and the resistance to tyranny in all its forms.